Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Van Orn and this is another Dragonheir Silence God video. Guys, today I'm on the test server and I was trying to do dungeons with comps that are accessible, and I stumbled across this composition that I put together, and I hope it will give you a good frame to start season 3 with a good comp to farm all the gear you're gonna need. And when I'm saying all the gear, I'm talking about the 3 main dungeons that drops gear, not the one that drops runes. So that is gonna be for a separate video. But Grave of Curse, Grave of Venom, and Grave of Rot, they are going to drop the gear. The new sets and the mythicals are going to be fundamental for season 3. And therefore, we're going to have to try to push to stage 9 as quick as possible. And I hope that this comp will give you a good idea of what is possible to do. And it's going to be a surprise at the end, so stay tuned till the end. So let's jump into the first one and let's have a look at Grave of Venom. Grave of Venom is pretty much stayed the same what it was in season 2. The only difference is the ultimate skills that now can hit a random champion if the boss doesn't have at least 2 debuff. So that is going to be important and fundamental basically to keep your comp alive without RNG. You need to have a champion placing at least 2 debuff, and if that is going to happen, the boss is going to always target the first champion it targets at the beginning of the fight, in our case the tank. Now there is a little bug, and you're going to see this across the entirety of the video. Elminster is invisible, is there somewhere, he's there in the center of the board, but it's not visible now or during the fight. We're going to use, as you can see on the screen, Garius, we're going to use Ardred, Tonanan, Erich, and Elminster. The reason why I've been working on this comp is because those 3 legendary, you should be able to collect them throughout the course of season 1 and season 2. Erich was the storyline legendary in season 1. Ardred was the lunar halo event in season 2. I really hope you got her because she is absolutely amazing. And Elminster was the Dungeons and Dragons collaboration that is still active. So if you happen to see this video and you're still in doubt to get this champion or not, you should definitely get him. It is absolutely amazing. We are going to use the 30% decrease defense aura from Ardred because it's going to help us to stay alive. Let me show you the gear very quickly, and there is no skill timing, so that is going to be very quick. So on Garius, we have built him with the protection set to basically reduce the damage the team takes by 15% and reduce the damage that he takes from the boss. He's going to be targeted by all the wisp and the boss, so you need this set on him. You're going to push high defense, and that's pretty much everything you need. I've also used on him the Moonlight Mantle, which we're going to be able to farm from the Grave of Curse. This is not mandatory. It helps, but it's not mandatory. I have him with the defense one, and the effect of this is basically there is a 50% chance for the wearer to grant 50% increased healing and shield effect. We're not applying shield over here. We don't need the healing, so this is really not mandatory, as I said, but it's good to have. I'm using on him the Craven's Eye Patch, which is the new artifact for season 3. You're gonna you should actually try to get it as soon as possible because this one is really, really great. It has HP and defense percentage as stats, and reduce the damage taken by 40% when the wearer takes damage that exceed 35% of their max HP in a single hit. This is gonna help him a lot, stay him alive. The other tank is gonna be Ardred. She has the Scarab Amulet. I've built her with the this set over here, which I don't remember the name right now, but it has basically skill haste, which is the main things that is important for me. Allies around the wearer also gains a defense up equal to 50% of the wearer defense, and the first time the allies HP drops below 50%, they receive a 20% max HP target healing. This is going to help Turnaland, which is built quite squishy. If it drops for some reason below 50%, it's going to get some healing back and it's going to help him keep him alive. Ardred is built high defense, so she's going to share the defense with the people close to her. She also has the Moonlight Mantle, when she grants more healing, and she's gonna heal, so that is gonna be quite useful. Again, not mandatory, but it's gonna help. I've built also the Invisible Man Elminster with the Crown of the Unclean, and as you can see, I'm not using Legendary Artifact, so that is gonna help as well. He's built with the Emperor set to have more skill haste, and is built with high enlightenment and accuracy to do the job. 340 is nothing crazy, to be honest. We can get much more in the end of the game. He has some good skill haste, 48, to try to circle to his ability much quicker, especially the shield. And he has also this artifact over here, where the wearer obtains 15 attack addition for 1 skill haste they possess. This is really not doing much. Again, I'm trying to test out the gear, but he is not really built for damage, so you don't have to worry about too much about that artifact or gear, actually. So the 2 damage dealer instead are Tononon is built with the Rivatrix route, which is free to play, a legendary artifact that I've got from the Pillar of Trials, actually from the Famiander in Season 2. It is an incredibly good artifact, especially for epics, because it's going to boost the attacks. Now, if you don't have this one, it really doesn't matter. The part that is more useful over here is the HP, so it's going to help Tononon stay alive. But you can build them with some other artifacts and play your gear differently. I've been testing this set, which is absolutely incredible for damage, give crit rate and attack. And when the wearer gains additional 4 attack for every 1 crit damage they have, I'm building them with high crit damage, and so the attack is going to grow up even more. The effect of this artifact, beside the 60%, is going to apply after the battle begin. So it's not going to be visible in this stats, but the attack is going to be quite high. And I'm using the Precise Carnage Gauntlet that basically give the wearer 35% increased damage to enemy with defense penalty. The timing is going to be always basically hitting where there is decreased defense out. I have the Crowning Clean, not the Witch's Remain, so it means it's going to be always on one target. So there's going to be a bit of RNG involved in that. And Erich is built pretty much in the same way. I only had him to 100% crit rates with good crit damage and the Arcane Music Box. Same gear set and same gauntlet to do damage. Now, I'm going to play in the background the battle because I have recorded beforehand and I want to be quick and not just stay here sitting down for the time of the fight, even if it's quite quick. As you can see, the champions are targeting the Wisp in the top corner, and once they get rid of that, they're going to jump on the boss and do most of the damage straight to the boss. The fight is going to be really, really quick. It's 1 minute 30, 1 minute 27 actually, my best time on this fight, which is pretty fast, especially when you're going to see the secrets are going to reveal to you at the end of the video. It's never failed so far and has been very consistent on timing, and I'm pretty happy with the results on this one, even though Grave of Venom, it's probably the easiest of the dungeon. So 1 minute 27, first dungeon down. You saw the gear, no timing. Let's jump to the next one. Right, here we are in Grave of Rot. The second dungeon that I want to show it to you is the same comp, different positioning. Really doesn't matter, to be honest. You can place them where you want. For this fight, it's not going to make a massive difference. The only thing you need to worry about is to place Garius in front of the Colossal Scavenger, so he's going to be the one that gets devoured. The gear is exactly the same as the other fight. I'm still using my Venom comp. There is no timing. I'm not basically playing any mechanic whatsoever of this boss. It's going to place the recharge speed penalty. It's going to place the poison. It's going to place the healing prohibition or healing reduction. Whatever it does, it doesn't matter. With this comp, can defeat this boss on stage 9 without too much trouble. Now, the HP looks like it can drop quite low. Maybe some run now and then is going to fail. It doesn't really matter. Again, we are just test driving Season 3 bosses with a comp that is really not made to do this job. but still can do the job. Pretty impressive if you ask me. And this boss over here is going to be the one that is going to give us the opportunity to drop one of those mythical, which is called Moonlight, and has the possibility to remove one of the buff from the bosses. We're going to need that artifact when we're going to fight the next dungeon, because we're going to place that artifact, one piece of that artifact, on one of our champions, and that is all we need to farm the last dungeon. So 1 minute 34 is the best time I've got on this boss. Pretty fast, again, pretty sustainable, quite reliable. Haven't failed yet. It might fail time to time, but again, not really the comp that is perfect for this run, and it still can get the job done. So let's jump to the last dungeon, and let me show you the last composition for this video. Right, Grave of Curse is the last dungeon we're gonna see in this video. It's the same comp. Elminster is placed over here. It's still invisible, but is there. And the rest of the comp is the same. Now, all you need to know about the gear of this run over here is that I've changed one piece of gear, and is on Elminster. I've used the this piece of set gear here with an Enlightenment chest, which basically the wearer has additional 50% chance of dispelling one buff from the target when inflicting debuff. I don't really know what they were thinking when they did this one. The additional over here will suggest that if a champion has the opportunity to remove buff, it will do it. Instead, what is happening is for every buff you place in, you have 50% chance of removing one buff. So if you have a champion that plays 2, 3 or more debuff, every time they try to apply a debuff, they're going to have the chance, 50% chance of removing one of the buff from the boss. Now this boss plays 2 buff of himself. It's an increased attack and increased crit damage. Elminster with the Crown and Clean plays 3 debuff, and therefore has the chance to remove both of them in one hit, which is pretty incredible. That's all I did. I swap out the gauntlet and the chest. I could have run this one, honestly, on every comp. There's no difference. The accuracy is there. The enlightenment is a touch smaller than what it was before, but there is no really need to do that. You're going to see the FAT in the background. There are going to be instances where Elminster placing 2 or 3 debuff is going to remove entirely all the buff from the boss. There is no timing again. The rest of the gear is all the same. I haven't changed anything on any of the champion, and I can get this run done in 1 minute 35 on my best run, which is again pretty impressive. The fight usually, the comp usually for this fight should have someone blocking debuff or removing debuff on the boss. Here we really don't have anyone with that skill. We're just using one piece of gear and we make the comp run. Just crazy if you ask me. Now, you've seen all 3 dungeons in the background. You've seen all the timing, which is not there, all the gear that is necessary for this fight. Now, let me show you one last thing before saying goodbye for today, and it's the affinity, the psychic core. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. These are the basic buff that you get from the 3 hero affinity, and my psychic core, it's completely empty. I haven't touched it yet. I haven't had anything on the psychic core because I wanted to show you how easy it is to run this comp. There's nothing here, and if I start building them up, it's going to be even easier to run those comps up there. When we're going to get to stage 9, we're going to be at least at halfway through, or maybe we're going to start to get to the points where we get some of the 5 affinity very soon after. So this comp can definitely be used to farm all the gear we need with what you're seeing today. And I really hope you've been able to get those champions, because 3 legendary were available in the process to get to season 3, and those 2 epics are amazing epics that if you're being lucky enough, you pull from your dice. And this is everything for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. And if you did, I would like you to consider to like and subscribe. I'm trying to push the 1,000 subscribers on the channel. It will help a lot if you could consider doing so. You're not going to miss out the next video coming out, and you're going to help me growing the channel. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silent God.